Hey, what's up guys? Alex here with a new video, and today we're going to be doing another video on the Canon EOS R. If you looked at my channel, I've been doing a lot of videos on Canon's new glass, the EOS R, pretty much the journey of why I switched over to this system. And one thing that's come up a lot in the comments, in my direct messages, and it is, why are you shooting with the EOS R? It's not a pro body, or I'm waiting for the Canon pro body to come out. So I wanted to address the elephant in the room. Is the Canon EOS R a pro body? So where do I start? The word pro is thrown out so much. You got the iPhone 11 Pro, you got the MacBook Pro. As a matter of fact, I think Apple's probably a big reason why this pro thing is kind of just taken over. And camera systems, pro is usually associated with the highest end cameras that manufacturers provide. So for example, with Canon, it's the 1DX. With Nikon, it's the D5. With Sony, it's the A9. The problem here is that those pro cameras are more sports cameras than anything. Now, I think they're considered pro because if you look at them, they're using the Olympics, they're using photojournalism, they're built like a tank. But what does pro really mean? Does it mean you can just use it professionally? Does it mean you can use it in the Olympics? If it's Olympic certified, is it pro? Because the reality is the Canon 1DX shoots at 14 frames per second. And for a wedding photographer like myself, or I should say wedding and portrait photographer, I don't need 14 frames per second. Does pro mean longer battery life? The EOS R with the battery grip lasts me an entire wedding without changing batteries. Okay. Does pro mean weather sealed? You can use it everywhere and the camera won't miss a beat. I've used the Canon EOS R in the white sands, beaches, the rain, the Texas heat. Never had an issue. Okay, pro means dual SD card slots. There we go, that's pro. You have two SD card slots, you're officially pro. Wait a minute. Hollywood uses RED cameras and RE cameras, and they don't shoot to redundant media. Give me a second, let me pull up here my price chart. So the cheapest RED camera right now is $19,500. Eesh, that's not pro. What about the Alexa Mini? A lot of films have been shot with that camera. $45,000. Okay, what about medium format? What about phase 1 cameras? Oh wait, they only shoot to one SD card slot. Are those cameras not pro? Okay, let's rewind time. Film photography. We did weddings with film for a lot more years than we've done weddings on digital. Were those not pro cameras? Okay, so then the question is, what is a pro camera? In my opinion, a pro camera is a camera that does not miss a beat, that you don't have to worry about, that gets out the way with whatever you're shooting. For example, with me, weddings. If it's raining, weather sealed. If it's hot, it doesn't overheat. Software, never had an issue. Never had to restart the camera, never had to pull a battery. It just works. To me, that's pro. Any environment I throw this camera in, it works. Now let's look at the numbers, because I can just talk about it, and the problem here is a lot of YouTubers talk about it needs to be pro, it needs to have dual SD card slots, and they're only using it for YouTube. Let's look at the hard data now. I'm not doing this to show off. And I should say I am a part-time wedding and portrait photographer. But let's look at the numbers. Since I got the EOS R, let's look at the numbers that it's produced. So since 2018, I've delivered to over 26,411 photos on 2 EOS R bodies. Okay. 17 weddings exclusively on the EOS R. Now, my cheapest wedding package, and we're just going to go based off the cheapest wedding package, is $2,500. So if we do that math, This camera has generated over $42,000 in revenue. Again, not counting engagement sessions, portrait sessions, commercial work, just weddings. So what is Pro? I mean, that's enough money to live off of. And I guess it's not Pro because it has one SD card slot. I think we need to stop looking at specs and really start looking at the tool and how it's fit for the job. This camera for weddings at 5 frames per second, which is the mode I use it on with autofocus priority, is more than enough. This camera has not missed a shot for me. Its focusing system has been phenomenal. So when we look at Pro, or is Canon's Pro body coming out, you really got to start thinking about, what does Pro mean to you? Now, if you don't want to shoot on a camera with one SD card slot, that's fine. But don't say it's not Pro, because as a photographer who's charging money, this camera has made me money, and it will continue to make me money. A crop factor on video, I mean, I haven't even talked about that. Hollywood films weren't shot in full frame. For the longest time, they were shot in crop sensors. As a matter of fact, that Red camera and that Alexa Mini I just mentioned, which are $20,000 and over $45,000 respectively, are crop sensors. So let's really look at what we need for the job, and let's just stop tagging items as Pro. So guys, quick rant. As you can tell, it's been on my mind about the Canon EOS R. Let me know if you like videos like this, where I'm just kind of sharing an opinion, just a talking head. Hopefully I didn't bore you enough, and if you stayed through this long, hopefully you enjoyed what I had to say. Let's keep this discussion alive. Drop it in the comments below. Let's not fight. Let's just talk about it. As always, like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one. Peace.